So what do you call yourself? Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Hey, what can I do for you this fine day?
This is your destiny. Hot, hot, hot.
Right now.
Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Come on in and enjoy yourself.
Right now.
We gon' party like no one else. Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Woolsey, darling. Woolsey, darling.
How are you doing, my dear?
Dude, I am on skates, but now I'm on cloud nine because I get the opportunity to hang out with the Chris Woolsey. How are you?
I am well now that I'm seeing your lovely visage.
Look, if that's what you call all of my madness, I sure appreciate it. And you know
No
what? I have
worries.
to say thank you, though, because it has been a whirlwind, and I wanted to call you earlier today. And then I got started super early, and I know that you're behind us because, dear time zones.
Right.
But Friday, we picked up on Podcast of the Year for the third year in a row. So thank you for that. We picked up on Personality of the Year, and we also picked up on the Lanyap Award. It was their inaugural for that. And I just want to say thank you for your support because you have been a key team player, and I absolutely love me some you. And thank you for everything that you do.
Well, congratulations. That is huge. Wow, how exciting. I can't believe I'm getting interviewed by a celebrity now.
Man,
I mean, I always thought you were a rock star, and now it's been verified. So
well, thank you. Thank you.
amazing.
I'm super excited to be able to get in here and do what we do, especially working with masterminds such as yourself. I brag on you so much. I know that you have your hands busy. You have RedBox, you got Crackle, you got Chicken Soup for the Soul, and none of this stuff happens by accident. And yet you do it so gracefully. It's just like, oh yeah, by the way, we got this many releases, we got this rolling, and then this month, I'm like, you know what? I'm dizzy. Can you just start me slow, right? And starting me slow is already like top tier of the work that you and your team has done. So when we're starting to pull back the curtain and we see how all of these things work together, you provide free entertainment for families, which is always a plus. You're giving them top notch when it comes down to entertainment. And you got a listing for us. And I'm adding to my binge list.
Beautiful. That's what I'm here for, delivering the goods.
Let's get it done.
All right,
What you got for me?
outstanding.
You know what? As a matter of fact, I think I'm starting with a tearjerker. Chicken Soup for the Soul.
Let's do it. Yes. So, and we have got, so you brought up content for the family. Chicken Soup for the Soul, obviously, is our feel-good, our inspirational brand. And we have a ton of great stuff for the family this month. One of my all-time favorites, it's kind of a new favorite because I had never heard of it before, but it's once you get in there and dip your toe, you're just going to want to jump right in.
Okay.
It is eminently bingeable, and this is the award-winning Canadian series called Heartland.
Okay.
It is beautiful. If you like shows like Little House on the Prairie or
Love
This
it.
Is Us, those shows that you just turn it on and your heart grows by like 4 sizes by the end of the episode.
Yeah.
That is Heartland. It is really great. It has won pretty much, so it's a Canadian show, and it has won pretty much every Canadian award that you can possibly win for a series. We have 9, count them, 9 seasons on Crackle for free. And it is crazy beautiful. It basically, imagine Yellowstone without any sex or violence. So
Okay.
it's a lovely story about a multi-generational family who is running their own ranch in the Canadian hinterlands. So
And it's good when you say that you have entertainment for the entire family. You don't have to worry about somebody cringing or somebody having to cover their eyes or a sensitive content that no one can really enjoy because everybody's on pins and needles. So that's
exactly.
important.
Yep, we've all been watching that movie with grandma, and you forgot about that one scene. Oh,
Oops.
yeah.
Oh, grandma, yeah, about that.
Yep. You don't need to worry about that with Heartland. It is beautiful. It's starring Amber Marshall from Resident Evil. We've got Michelle Morgan from Stargate Atlantis, and Sean Johnston from Winona Earp, which was a crazy popular Western series.
Uh-huh.
But it is phenomenal. The performances are great. The show is spectacular.
I love it. And we can find that on Crackle, and that's Heartland.
Yes, and that is on Crackle and on Chicken Soup for the Soul.
Okay, double
Yep.
up. I mean, but you do have 9 series, so hey.
Yeah, my gosh, there is so much. Even if you start binging today, you won't be done before the end of the year. It's crazy.
I love it. What else you got for me?
So another really fun and also a foreign series. This is a UK series called Doc Martin, and it's one of my favorite. Not only do I love British series in general, but I love British humor in general. It's always a little offbeat. I was like a huge Monty Python fan, Mr. Bean, all of those things I love.
Yeah.
And this one falls right in there. It's kind of a dramedy. It's starring Martin Clunes, who you might remember from Shakespeare in Love. And he is a stage-trained Shakespearean actor. And he takes on the role of Doc Martin, who is one of the preeminent doctors in the UK, has a nervous breakdown. In order to recover, he takes the job of a small town doctor in the hinterlands of the UK in this tiny little coastal village.
Okay.
And he immediately, so they don't go into the specifics, but he's probably on the spectrum somewhere. And he has zero bedside manner, and he immediately just starts butting heads with the locals. But man, is it fun. If you like things like Waking Ned Divine, about the quirky characters in the UK, you are going to love Doc Martin. We have multiple seasons, also very bingeable, also massive award winning as well. Won tons of BAFTAs. It is a great series if you like your comedy with a little drama or your drama with a lot of comedy. This one is a great one for you. If you think of like the tone of like MASH and Cheers, those kind of things that kind of have a little bit of both.
Well, I'll tell you this, he couldn't have been working on the nerves too bad if he got more than one season out.
Yeah, well, that is true. That's fair. That's fair.
I love it. I can't wait to watch it. Doc Martin is bringing all of the heat for us. And I know that as you're going through, you find so many things that you might have as a favorite on your desk. Like if you had to pick your favorite this week for Chris, what is it?
So just because it's timely and just because it's my favorite holiday of the year, I have to go with one of our Easter titles this week, and that is the 1977 Emmy Award-winning miniseries Jesus of Nazareth.
Mm-hmm.
It is incredible. You've had to listen to me crow about The Chosen and how much I love that series. Well, this
Ugly
is
cry with the series.
oh my gosh, every episode I ugly cry. I love The Chosen. It's fantastic. Well, this mini series was directed by Franco Zeffirelli, and this was before The Chosen. In my opinion, this was the greatest piece of Christian media that had ever been created. You talk about star-studded. It is the most ridiculously overpowered, or OP, as my kids would say, miniseries. You had Robert Powell as Jesus, Laurence Olivier as Nicodemus, Anne Bancroft as Mary Magdalene, James Earl Jones as Balthazar, who is, I think, arguably the best of the three wise men. It was everyone's favorite. Ernest Borgnine as the Centurion, Olivia Hussey, who played in his other Romeo and Juliet. She was the lovely Juliet in that. Christopher Plummer as Herod, Stacy Keach of all people as Barabbas, and Anthony Quinn as Caiaphas. Like, just I don't even think there was anyone left. I don't think there was anyone left in Hollywood once they were casting this. I think the rest of the town just had to shut down until they were done filming.
It's like God casted it himself. I'm sorry, I couldn't let it
Right,
pass. I had to.
right.
It was the star-studded cast, and I know that each of them, they're going to carry their weight in this, and they are going to tell that story. So if it's going to be one of those mini series, get your popcorn, sit there, and be prepared to just be pulled in.
Yep, it's a perfect series to celebrate Easter and just get the whole family together. And I think they just did a phenomenal job of telling of the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus in this series. It's
Yeah,
outstanding.
good, and it's necessary, you know. What about for Redbox? Do you have any of those heavy hitters dropping for Redbox?
Oh, we do. That we do. So we've got star-studded titles this month on Redbox. So many, it's hard to nail it down. But if I had to pick a fistful of stars, I would probably start with Mississippi Burning, which is an Oscar award-winning film starring Gene Hackman and Willem Dafoe, also one of Frances McDormand's early roles before she was a big star and an Oscar winner herself. And it's the true story of a police investigation in 1964 around the murder of 3 civil rights workers in a small town in Mississippi. And it is a brilliant movie. The performances, in my opinion, of Gene Hackman and Willem Dafoe, two of the best performances of these guys in their careers, which says something. That's a pretty high bar. But it's a wonderful film. It's not necessarily an easy film to watch just because the subject matter is so heavy, but it's important for sure. And it's just a spectacular movie. I highly recommend Mississippi Burning.
Absolutely. I mean, you come out the gate swinging with the Mississippi Burning. I mean, what else can you follow that with? I know you got some heavy hitters, but good gosh.
Well, so we've talked about before, I love thrillers. And I love thrillers, especially if you can find them that are based on actual historical events.
Right.
And we've got a great one this month called Colonia, and that's starring Emma Watson, of course, from the Harry Potter franchise. And it's based on true events about a young woman who is dating a young man in South America and discovers that he has been sucked into a Nazi cult that existed in South America from Nazis who fled after World War II. And so she actually has to go down to South America and investigate exactly what happened to her boyfriend, where he is, and how she can get him out of this crazy Nazi cult. It is a wild story. And like I said, it's based, like some of these movies you go, there's no way that this is actually based on true events. And this was really the movie that people made people sit up and take notice of Emma Watson. She wasn't just this cute little girl from the Harry Potter movies. She was a very powerful actress in her own right.
And I know you said this is based on true events, but now I have questions that need answers. I don't want you to spoil this for me, but I mean, I kind of need to know this for my own sanity. You did say that was her boyfriend. This is not even her husband, right? Did he at least pop the question towards the end, like blink once for yes, twice for no?
I got to tell you, somebody rescues me from a Nazi cult, and I'm getting the ring out. I mean, come on, what are we doing?
I don't even know if I'm moving without it. To be honest, oh man, hey, you better make better decisions a lot quicker.
Right?
Wow. Okay. Well, you're knocking that one down for you. I'm here for it. Redbox. What else you got for me?
Well, speaking of knocking out of the park, we have one of my all-time favorite baseball films, and that is Bull Durham, starring Kevin Costner, Susan Sarandon, Tim Robbins. It is hilarious. If you talk to people who love baseball movies, this is always in everyone's top 3. It's a brilliant comedy, and it's really early on in Costner and Tim Robbins' career, but it showed that not only could those guys, and of course Susan Sarandon, not only could they do dramas, but they crush the comedy. This is so funny. It's about a minor league baseball team and an eccentric owner of the team, and a couple of the players get involved in a relationship. It's so well written. The performances are through the roof. And I think it's perfect as we're ramping up towards baseball season starting, thank goodness. here in just a few weeks.
Hey, batters up, batters up. And
That's
of course, they
right.
always need to bat up and roll up to all of the faces with us from Chicken Soup for the Soul, Crackle, and RedBox. If you had to give us a bonus on the binge list from the Chris Woolsey,
For Redbox or Crackle?
surprise me.
All right. Well, Crackle, I may have talked about it before, but I am super excited about Everybody Hates Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But we love you, Chris. We really love you.
I know I get a little twinge of pain every time I talk about that
No.
show, but it's so funny, and it stars Tyler James Williams as the young Chris Rock.
Yeah.
And he is now a star in and of his own right in Abbott Elementary, which
Yeah.
just has been cleaning up the awards scene, and is one of my favorite new series. I love it. It just brings me so many giggles every time I watch it. It's just it's a fantastic film. But Everybody Hates Chris. It's just so well done. The performances are through the roof. Terry Crews as his dad is just absurdly funny. Every cast member on that show, I just go, this is the perfect casting for this character. Like, I can't imagine any of them being played by anyone else, because every one of them just crushed it. And we have all the seasons on Crackle, and it does so well for us, and we just love this show, and I think it's definitely worth trumpeting for sure.
Absolutely. And if we want to catch you on all of our smart devices, because it's a smart thing to do, all of our smart TVs, because it's the smart thing to do, all of the websites, how do we find you?
If you go to any of your app stores, you can download the Crackle app, you can download the Redbox app, you can download the Chicken Soup for the Soul app. You can also go to chickensouptv.com, and you can also cast to any device from that site as well. But it's super easy. They're all free. You just download them, open them up, and you start watching free content immediately.
I like that. And of course, I expect to get you back in a hot seat and on the tan line. So I'm going to get through this binge list, but I need another one soon.
All right. Well, I will start putting it together for April for you.
Which is the best month ever. Let's be clear on that.
Absolutely, 100%. Let's get that spring sprung.
That's the one. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Wouldn't if I could. Thanks so much, LaTangela.